What's up, guys? Dante back here giving you yet another Dramascripted Saturday. How we start off every Dramascripted Saturday, we start off with the ratings, and we have Raw with a 1.86 million. We have NXT with 854,000 viewers, and we have NXT with 649,000 viewers. So we got the ratings out the way. I'm gonna talk about the promo that we all saw. If you missed it, Randy Orton cut a good solid, I want to say 9 to 8 minute promo at the beginning of this week's Raw. He was wearing a mask. It was like grayish, tannish, to cover all the burn marks on his face for what Alyssa Bliss did to him last week. Alyssa Bliss last week at the end of Raw, between the Triple H and Randy Orton match, Alyssa Bliss shot a fireball at Randy Orton's face and severely burnt him. So instead of Randy Orton being away for TV until the Royal Rumble, he cut a promo with a mask, and it was like very, very dark. It came off very, very Dr. Doomish, which I liked about it. It reminded me of Dashing Cody Rhodes. Remember when Cody was like dashing, and then like he broke a nose in his face, and then had to wear a mask. And then when like all dark and like he turned into Victor Von Doom. And this is exactly what I'm saying with Randy Orton with the mask. The way he was talking, he's talking about his face, and then he declared himself for the Royal Rumble, which in some ways I don't get, because how is winning the Royal Rumble going to get back at Alyssa Bliss or Bray Wyatt, since during the promo he doesn't blame Alyssa Bliss, he blames Bray Wyatt. So I don't see how winning the Royal Rumble and getting a title shot at either Raw or SmackDown is going to get at The Fiend. But, you know, wrestling. But it was very, very dark. He said the voices in his head haven't been louder than ever. And the one time he shown, sympathy for someone, it came and bit him in the ass, because now his face is all burnt up. So that was very good. To me, that was probably the highlight of Raw. For me, that was the highlight of Raw. And then, Keith Lee beating Sheamus, that was also good. So WWE still putting over Keith Lee. On to Impact. Let's talk about Impact. Yes. TNA, Impact, Anthem, whatever they decide to call themselves, Impact Zone. This partnership thing is phenomenal. I haven't watched Impact this consistently since Aces and Eights. So you know that's going on 8 years? Oh, good. Yeah, we're in 2021. Yes. Yeah, that was a while ago. But this is great. We had Matt Hardy with Private Party show up in the Impact Zone, and how saying that Matt Hardy made Impact Wrestling relevant again. And you know what? He wasn't lying. Cause broken Matt Hardy started in the Impact Zone. So he wasn't lying. And then Cowboy James Storm came back to team with Chris Sabin. This was great. James Storm is back. We still don't know why Alex is at home, but James Storm is back. But it kind of sucks that on his return match back, he lost to Private Party. Tony Khan was there with Private Party at the main event between Chris Sabin and James Storm for the number one contendership for the TNA tag titles, and Private Party won. And this is great, because you may end up having Private Party, AEW signed talent, have a chance at beating the Good Brothers and bringing the tag team titles back to AEW. And you also may have a chance at Kenny Omega beating Rick Swann, and Kenny being double champions of both companies. Those are two high possibilities. And then it's just going to roll over into what happened on Dynamite, when you see the Young Bucks talking to Don Callis, And then off camera, it looks like they super kicked Don Callis right in the face. And then Don Callis calls up to Kenny Omega with a black eye, and it looks like a shoe print over one of his eyes. And it seems like they're going with the Young Bucks turned down his offer, and they just super kicked him in the face. So then we have feud going on there. So we may have the Young Bucks versus the Good Brothers, which that'd be a fucking fantastic match. Like, I hope WWE gets on board and does like another partnership soon. Maybe they'll do something with New Japan Wrestling, or maybe they'll hop in. Could you imagine all three major US major companies all in partnership, and we just get like a good invasion angle this time? Like that, and then the payoff will be that it all ends at a WrestleMania. Like, that'd be huge. But that's just fantasy booking for me. So, another things in AEW, the first match of Revolution was named. It's going to be The Machine, Brian Cage, and Ricky Starks versus Darby Allin and Sting. I'm not too fond about this because you know how I feel about old timers stealing the spotlight from young people. I personally feel that they could have had Sting as a manager, and they could have gave Darby Allin, technically they could have given Darby Allin Cody Rhodes, because I don't think that feud ever finished, if you want to talk about it. I mean, we saw Taz's song Hook with Team Taz, and then after that we haven't seen that again. And then, you know, the FWT title still isn't listed as an actual title by AEW, so technically that did go unsolved. So you could have had but then that would just be a repeat of what they already did, because they technically already did that. I don't know, just having Sting in the match, because he's 61 years old, bad neck. What could Sting really do here against the Machine, Brian Cage, and the future, well, one of the future talents of AEW, the young Ricky Starks? So I just don't see it. And in the main event of AEW, MJF and Chris Jericho, they win the triple threat match between Jack Hager, Sammy Guevara, and Loud and Proud. So that makes MJF and Chris Jericho, that makes them the tag team of the Inner Circle, where it was supposed to just be Santana and Ortiz. So I don't know how that's going to go. I guess it's going to probably lead to Santana and Ortiz going on their own, because they are an extremely good tag team. But who knows? Everything is up in the air. It's making me want to tune into wrestling next week. So all promotions are doing their job. And on Dramascripted news, Marty Scurll is still a free agent. So we're yet to see where the villain's going to go. And that's going to wrap it up for this week's Dramascripted Saturday. If you like what you have witnessed, please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be back next Saturday for my predictions of what's going to happen at the Unpredictable Royal Rumble. I'm out of here, guys. Later, and peace. Be safe, everyone.